Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have with us Akanksha Di, and she is a final year MCA student at Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women, and she will be guiding us through today's topic, which is hackathons. She has won over 10 plus hackathons, and one of them was Future Hack Hackathon organized by New Relic, and she has won many other prestigious hackathons as well. And she'll be taking the stage henceforth. Over to you, Dee.
Hi Nandini, thank you so much for introduction. And yeah, today we are going to just like go over hackathons, what they are, and what are different types of hackathons and different other questions. I will try to answer, and I hope beginners find it useful. A hackathon. If I had to define a hackathon, like I just saw this once on Wikipedia. So, hackathon is a hacking marathon where people who are involved in software development, that is like developers, product designers, and other people. So they all come together and build a project. So that project doesn't like have to be like a very full-fledged product, but they just try to make a prototype or a minimal viable product that they can make during a hackathon. And mostly hackathons are like 24 hours, 36 hours. So that's what they do. And yeah.
So the first question that comes is how to find a hackathon.
So finding good hackathons is not that hard because there are a lot of hackathons going on these days. And because of COVID, a lot of hackathons that used to happen in person, like the international hackathons by MIT or some other universities, they are also online. So, which is, I feel, a good thing because everyone from all over the world can participate in those prestigious hackathons. And my go-to website for finding hackathons is DevPost. So on DevPost, you will be able to find like hackathons for high school students, university students, and a lot of open hackathons which have like really big and huge prizes. Apart from DevPost, DevFolio is pretty popular in India. So on DevFolio, you will be able to find like a lot of Indian university hackathons, and there are some hackathons by companies as well. Apart from these two, there are others as well. There are like hiring hackathons, so that are mostly on Hacker Earth. So, like currently, American Express Code Street is going on, which is for 2022 and 2023 grads. So they offer internships and full-time opportunities via these hackathons. And uh, other companies also do similar hackathons. Apart from DevPost, DevFolio, HackerEarth, MLH itself like lists down all the partner hackathons. So most of the hackathons, like MLH is a very common name these days because most of the Indians, they have attended MLH Learn Day or something, and they partner with universities and other hackathon organizations. So you will find a lot of hackathons listed on their own website. So that is a good place to search for hackathons.
So there are various type of hackathons based on various domains. So which one should one go for?
So there are like hackathons for students, there are hackathons for university students, and then there are hackathons which are open for everyone. That is for professionals and for students. So yeah, that can be one way to distinguish which type of hackathon you want to go to. Uh, Apart from like these categories, there are gender focused hackathons as well, or minority focused. So they are focused more on like a certain group. It can be for the Black community or for LGBTQ or for women. So they are mostly like they just want to promote tech among those minority communities. So there are a lot of good hackathons there as well, and they are really good for beginners. Like for if I had to recommend a gender focused hackathon, then I would say like Tech Together organizes really good hackathons. Tech Together is an organization which organizes a lot of beginner-friendly hackathons for women in tech and also other minorities. So they are pretty good to hackathons. Apart from Tech Together, there's Superposition, which has now chapters in India as well. Like Superposition Delhi actually has Hack Wizard hackathon this weekend, and they also have Chennai chapter, I guess, and other and they have international chapters as well. So they do a lot of good stuff. So yeah.
So the what are the skills required for participating?
So skills, if because I have been in teams where people didn't know how to code or didn't know how to do a certain thing, because most of the hackathons are open for everyone. Even the university ones allow high school students. So you might just end up teaming up with a high school student who has no idea, or maybe you might end up with a PhD student who has no idea about coding, but they definitely know a lot in certain other areas, and you can they can contribute significantly to your project. So skills, we can like skills, there are developers. So for developers, they need to know how to code, and they must have some knowledge in one of the domains, like is it maybe it can be web development or mobile development. And if they are developers, they obviously need to have some knowledge of coding. Then we also have product designers, those who design Figma prototypes or Adobe XD prototypes. So they need to know those things. And then we also have people who actually come up with ideas or know how to pitch or do the video editing part. So these all can be different type of skills that people can have. And if you have one of them, then you can definitely go for a hackathon.
So the which development domain is most used in hackathons?
Um, the most useful dev domain would be the one that you are comfortable in. And also, it depends on your team. Like if you have team members who are comfortable in some other domain, but you aren't, so you should decide a dev domain that most of your team members are comfortable in, especially the developers. Like someone is proficient in mobile app development and you aren't, but you are open to learning mobile those 2-3 days of hackathon, so you can go ahead with mobile development. But if you want to be like you want to work on something that you are also comfortable in, then choose team members who have like similar tech stack as yours. So that will be helpful to your team, and that way you will be able to finish your project on time, and will be able to contribute significantly to the project.
So the how to make the best use of those 2-3 days of hacking period.
So to make best use of that, like apart from hacking, you can do a lot of stuff like organizers do these workshops, fun events, and other stuff. So you can go if you want to learn something new and just want to go and explore, then you can join those workshops and ask your questions to the workshop leaders there. And talking about like if you are like more focused on finishing your project and doing everything, then try to divide your tasks among team members in such a way that everybody is contributing, and do check-in calls frequently, like in every 6 or 8 hours. Just try to be active on your communication channel. You can set up a communication channel with your team. It can be a Discord server or a Slack workspace where you all can just discuss what you're doing and what others are doing. So that way you can make best use of the hacking period and just make something cool by the end of it.
So the if someone wants to participate in a coding related hackathon, so what should be the minimal knowledge that one should have?
So, by coding related hackathons, I think it means the ones that require you to pass a coding assessment before going to the hackathon phase, right?
Yeah.
So there are hackathons which like have like these phases where in the first phase you have to go through a coding assessment. So for those, like American Express does one for women. I don't remember the name right now, like I can't recall, but they do one hackathon where you have to like finish an assessment with your teammate, and both of your team members, your score will be taken like in consideration for your final selection in the hackathon, and then only 10 teams qualify for the next round. So because I did participate in that one, so I would say you do need a good level of DSA knowledge to like to actually complete that. And there are some other hackathons where you have to go through this phase, but the level of DSA that they ask is not that advanced. So it totally depends on the type of hackathon you're participating in. If the selection rate is very less, like 10 teams out of like all the participants, then it is definitely gonna be something which is a little bit advanced. But if the selection rate is more, like they are taking around 50 teams or more than 25 teams, then DSA test won't be that tough.
So the how to know whether one's skills are enough for participating in an hackathon?
So you would never know if your skills are enough to participate in a hackathon until you go for one and just explore that thing. So you should like any beginner should go for a hackathon, even if they do not have any coding skill or any other skill. They can go and do a lot of other things apart from like participating or completing a project. They can do a lot of other things. So yeah, for skill, you don't really need to have any certain skill to go for a hackathon. But like if you want to be a developer in the team or want to be a designer in your team, and you already know what you want to be in the hackathon team, then you can definitely do some work on it. But that shouldn't stop you from going to a hackathon. Like suppose there is a hackathon this weekend and you think you're not good with something, so that shouldn't stop you. You can definitely go and participate in that hackathon, and during that period you can learn that thing, maybe because you have 36 hours or 48 hours. And I feel that's enough to learn like at least the basics of that. Even if it's coding, you can definitely learn the basics. And I have been in teams where my teammates literally learned basics of web dev or mobile development within the hacking period, and they actually contributed a lot to the project. So one shouldn't wait until they are expert at something. They should go for hackathons whenever they feel like.
So the what type of problem statement should one choose?
In hackathons, there are like different categories. Most of the hackathons have these tracks like education or healthcare or something else. So you can decide one of the track with like after discussing the same with your teammates. And once you have decided a track or a theme that you want to work on, then you can look for problem statements in that theme. So suppose for education, you feel that because of COVID, you faced some problem, you want to solve it by making a project. So you can think about that you can brainstorm with your team members and come up with some problem statements. And these problem statements, the way you solve it, it becomes an idea. So you can look for such problem statements. And in some hackathons, there are sponsor categories as well, like Auth Zero or maybe Microsoft sometimes has this category that you would just have to use their their API or something in your project, and then you will be eligible to win that prize. So even like your project idea like has Your project idea can be anything. It doesn't have to be like of education or the track that are there in hackathons. You can make literally anything and just use their API in some way, and then you'll be eligible for that track or that sponsor category, and you can win that prize. So yeah.
So the how to find a team.
So finding a team is can be little tough, especially for beginners, and even for intermediate or advanced hackathon people. It can be tough even for them. So in most of the hackathons, you will be added to a communication channel like Discord server or Slack. So there they have these team formation channels. So you can introduce yourself there. You can what tech stack you know or what other skills you know, and if you made any projects in past and everything. So that way, like everybody like introduces themselves and all, and then if you can see other people's introduction as well. So you can, if you see someone is has same tech stack as you or has same interest areas, so you can DM that person's Discord or Slack and ask them if they want to team up. So that can be one way to find teams. In some hackathons, they organize these speed teaming events, or sometimes they even team up all the students, those who were not able to find a team by themselves. So you can just tell the organizers that you were not able to find one, so they will help you out in finding a team. And a few tips that I would like to give when you're finding a team would be if you're open to learning a new tech stack, then you can go ahead with someone who has knowledge of that tech stack that you are interested in. But if you want to be comfortable and just want to work on something that you already know, then try to choose like people who have say similar tech stack. If you are not a developer, then if you're a designer, I think most of all the teams need a designer, so you can go ahead with any of the teams. And be with people who help you out and who seem more motivated, and who can actually help you out in finishing the project on time. You can make new friends and you can actually continue working with them on your project and deploy it somewhere and add it to your resume. So that way you can actually have a project for your resume as well. So yeah.
Sometimes people say that we do not win in any hackathon. So is participation also appreciable?
Yeah, participation is definitely appreciable. And if you're going to a hackathon, you're gonna learn a lot. Like you will learn a tech stack maybe in certain amount of time. Not the whole tech stack, but you can at least learn the basics. It's always good to go for hackathons.
Some good hackathons to start with for beginners, especially.
Most of the hackathons these days, I feel the university hackathons are beginner friendly. I mentioned Tech Together, Superposition. So for women, they are good hackathons to start with. And for high school students, there are a lot of hackathons. So you can check them on their posts, and you can just filter hackathons on the basis of your eligibility and find them.
Does it help in placement also?
So hackathon participation actually helps you in placement. It's because you get to make a lot of projects. Like if you're going to a lot of hackathons, you're gonna have a lot of projects in your resume. It's not that you can include every single project in your resume, but you should actually work on your hackathon projects after the hackathon and try to have a finished product or something. Like you can work on it like for 2-3 months and just have something which is presentable, which is actually a product which can be added to your resume. So those hackathon projects can be added to your resume. That will help in your placements. Apart from that, your hackathon achieve actually like make you stand out apart in the placement season, and also in the off-campus placements. There the recruiters, when they notice that you have done something apart from your like studies, and you have been to hackathons or competitions where you collaborated with other people, you worked on something, so that really helps. And in the hackathons, like they also have a lot of sponsors. So sponsors actually provide information about internships and placements. So you can interact with them during the hackathon. And there are some hackathons which organize career fair as well. So in career fair, you can directly interact with sponsors. There are big hackathons where they have sponsors like Microsoft, Facebook. So you can directly go to them, go to their sponsor booths on these virtual platforms, and you can directly ask questions about interviews or about applications and different other things that you have in mind. So you can directly, and in my case, I would say like it really helped me because a lot of times like recruiters did reach out to me because of my hackathons, because of my hackathon experience. And like this one time when I posted about a hackathon, so someone reached out to me like, "Are you interested in internship?" And directly like they forwarded my application to the next stage. So it really helps. If they notice hackathons, recruiters definitely appreciate your hackathon experience. It also helps you in learning new skills. So yeah, everyone must try at least, if not extensively, must try at least 2, 3 hackathons, or just get started with it in some way.
So the can we add only the participation also in the resume even if we do not win in?
Yeah, you can add that to your resume because participation is something which is, I feel, more important than winning, because you, maybe you were someone who was not comfortable in going out and building, or was something you thought it was out of your comfort zone. So you are actually doing something, you are building something and participating and competing with a lot of teams in a hackathon. So you can definitely include those in your resume, even if you haven't won them.
So the any tips in the end?
Final tips from my side will be, don't abandon your project ideas, especially the ones that won in a hackathon, because they did stand out among a lot of teams and other projects. So they are definitely something that you can work on in future. And just be in touch with your old hackathon teammates, and maybe just participate in other hackathons with them, and continue building on a project that you started in a hackathon. You can do that. And just choose your teammates wisely. Make use of your hackathon period, like it's 24 hours or 36 hours. Just try to make most of it. Interact with sponsors, so you can just ask your questions in the sponsor channels, like in Discord or Slack they have a sponsor channel, so you can ask questions about the recruitment process, or anything that you are interested in. So you can ask about that there. And yeah, just try to make most of your hackathon period and just have fun, learn something, and yeah, keep building.
It was amazing having you here, Dee. It was great listening to you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again on my channel. And if you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.